Hello, class. This will be our last project. This will be our final project. So I am very excited that it's all coming to a close. But I chose these projects very strategically. So, as you know, when we began this course, we began by branding ourselves and creating a logo and a business card. All that is for a purpose so that you go out into the work field as prepared as possible. So I hope that you are going to use those things to your advantage and that you've gotten the most that you can out of this class. And just remember that the final design that you've come up with does not have to be the end all. You can continue with these projects and ask your colleagues and or ask other people for their advice. Make sure that they have good design advice. Don't just ask anybody random. But that's going to always help you be better. So sometimes asking somebody random is a good idea because then you know what the general public thinks. And if they're not understanding or getting the message that you're trying to come across, then maybe it's a good idea to go back and reevaluate what you're doing. Okay, so our final project is going to consist of two components. The first one is going to be to create a one-page website, a portfolio website. The reason I chose this is because I feel that it's important for you to have a website for yourself. The moment that I graduated from college, I made sure I had something that linked to a portfolio that I designed, and that was very important. So the my future employer can see what my skills are, and my creativity, and also my originality that comes through. So I want to always keep my students along with the trends. So right now I've been seeing a lot of one-page websites. So I thought that would be a good idea. So in the beginning, when I first became a graphic designer, a lot of people would always ask me, "Oh, you're a graphic designer. Can you build me a website?" And I used to turn a lot of people down. But now I realize that I can design the websites and I can hand over those files to a programmer or a coder. So you can both work hand in hand. And sometimes a programmer needs a designer because they work with different sides of the brain. So it is important that you bring both strengths together and create something great. So don't think that just because you design it, you have to program it. So you can give this file over, if you like what you've done, you can take it further and give it to a programmer and maybe do a barter. You design something for him or her, and she designs and you program for each other. I mean, you just exchange services. Okay. So, for instance, one of the requirements for the website is you're going to need a navigation bar. So, don't forget about that. So, you're going to need, maybe a home, in this case, about and contact. And, since we're keeping this relevant, we want to at least put some social media icons there. Now, as you go out into the work field, you have to understand also that a lot of employers these days, they're looking at your social media content. So just keep it professional. And if you want to create a social media site for let's say if you want to start your own business, make sure that it's a separate entity than your own personal stuff, okay? So one of the requirements, and I have that under the project specs, is to have an about me, a contact, and a portfolio. So however you want to design it, you might want to incorporate your logo that you created if you're happy with it, or if you want to continue, or if you want to start new. Maybe not create a new logo, but maybe you just want to put, like in this case, just a name, or maybe like your last name is in gray or something. If you want to do something like that, that's fine. If you want to use you want to continue using your logo, that's also acceptable. Okay, so here we have, the first thing we see is more like a portfolio setup. That can be something, and I'm going to leave all of these examples in your box. So these is very simple, and then there is a little blurb about the person and contact me. Very simple, right? That's all I'm asking. Okay, so I'm just showing you different ideas. So this one, just again, the header, that is your navigation bar. Make sure you do that. Maybe incorporating your logo and however it is that you want to design. It's just a one-page website. So the width is 960 pixels wide. And the height, you can make it as long as you want, as short as you want, as long as it has the 3 components that I asked for, which is the contact, the portfolio, and about me. Okay, so these are just examples of what a one-page website looks like. And this is, again, you can add your logo here, put your navigation bar. It's a little grainy, but that's because it's not meant to be that blown up. And, you know, you can add little icons. This is their portfolio thumbnails. So we've already created some projects in our class, so you can incorporate some of those thumbnails into your website. It's not coming out so well, but you know, the idea is that, and you can incorporate little icons as well if you want, and you know, just get creative on how you want to set up the whole look. Okay, so just, you know, build around your logo. If you're really happy and content with your logo, kind of enhance that. So if your logo is, in this case, it's red, you're going to want to use pictures and colors that enhance and complement the red. Okay, so you can also say, if you design, you illustrate, and you are a photographer, you can do those kind of things and create little icons. Okay, so these are just some examples. I see that the trend right now is a one-page site. I mean, it might take you somewhere else, but the trend is to have a scrolling site. And if you want to design the footer as well, you know, you might want to add your links and your social media icons and things like that. That's also, you want a picture of you. Maybe you don't, a picture of your dog or your cat in black and white. That's always cool. So, okay, so it's going to be up to you how you want to stylize your fonts and your site. What kind of style is best for you. And if you would like to add icons, I think that also is makes it more easy to take in. Icons always help, and they're really big right now, so you want to make sure you stay in with the trends. Okay, so that is it with the first part of your assignment. Second part is creating a version of your resume that is more designed. I really recommend that you have a Word document of a Word version of your resume, and that you have one that's more designed. So one that looks like a graphic designer, you know, designed it. And the more that I feel like here, you can try to get creative with the typography more than anything. And the icons also help a little bit, but don't go too icon crazy, you know? So it's going to be in the way you treat your type, and just creating different ways of illustrating your story, because this is really your story. So, you know, if you don't have that much experience, highlight other things that you like. If you like, if you have hobbies, that relate to graphic design, you want to do that. So you don't know how many times my resume that I've illustrated this way has gotten me the job. How many times people are like, I want to meet that person. Okay, so make sure that you have a version that looks like this. So that's why you cannot leave my class until you do something like this. You know, adding, maybe you don't want to add a picture of you. Maybe you want to add a picture of your cat. No, I'm kidding. No, maybe an illustration of you or something like that. That would be kind of cool too. But you can put your cat there too if you want. I don't know. Could be kind of cool. I don't know if it shows that you have humor, or if that you're I don't know, people like that kind of stuff. Or this one, I like the way she did it too. She put her her face. I don't know. I don't wanna show my face. I usually don't. I've never done that. So, but it's really up to you. I mean, they're looking you up in Facebook anyway, so they're gonna know who you are. So these are just other examples. I like this format because I've always thought about, you know, portrait setup, but you know, a landscape would also work, I guess. I like the timeline that she uses. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna also upload these up, and having one that's just type I like as well. But I think the graphs are pretty cool too. So it's all up to you how you want to design this. But I think these are great, and I'm going to leave that up to you, which one you want to choose. Not that you're going to copy this, but it should inspire you. And that's it. So I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and just upload to D2L, and we'll be critiquing them. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.